Welcome back to another episode of Dumb Crimes and Criminals. I am your host, Rick. I got two stories for y'all today, man. Two stories. I came across these stories. They was on my feed on Instagram. So I said I gotta bring it to the podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring these stories to the podcast. So let's get right into it, man. So I'm scrolling, right? I'm on Instagram. I'm just scrolling. And I come across this title. It says, this is via Say Cheese TV, by the way. This is where I got this this article from. It says, Illinois man arrested after allegedly firing 18 shots into a restaurant, hitting an innocent bystander in the head. Craziness. All right? Think about it. This man fired 18 shots into a restaurant. Okay. Let's read the story, right? Let's get some backstory. Investigators say the shooting occurred after an employee of the restaurant and Jamie Quanjano, 22, so he's 22 years old, got into an argument. Quanjano was walking toward the exit when he turned and allegedly fired 18 shots from a gun into the restaurant, striking a 20-year-old woman in the head. Investigators said Quanjano fled the scene on foot but was later arrested at his home. Officers recovered a pistol and a magazine on the couch of the residence, as well as two live 9mm rounds, one in Quanjano's pants pocket and another in a satchel he had been carrying. He was charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and aggravated discharge of a firearm. He is being held on no bond. Okay. So it don't say which restaurant this man was in. He's 22 years old. Youngin'. You know what I'm saying? So it don't say which restaurant. At the end of the day, him and somebody else inside the restaurant got into an argument. Okay, let's see if we could paint this scene. So you in a restaurant. You're 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? You old enough to drive. You old enough to get a license. You old enough to do whatever the fuck you want to do because you a grown-ass man. So you're inside a restaurant. Cool. You're inside a restaurant. You're inside a restaurant. You're inside a restaurant. Now, the reason why I keep saying that you're inside a restaurant is because there's people in the restaurant. Right? If you're in a restaurant, I doubt he's the only soul in the restaurant. There's people in the restaurant. People equal witnesses. Right? Okay, you're in a restaurant. What else is in the restaurants? Workers. Right? More witnesses. Cool. You're in a restaurant. What else is in the restaurant? Cameras. Cameras is in a restaurant. So you mean to tell me that whatever you and this other person was arguing about, you got mad enough? Wait, hold on. Let me backtrack. Y'all was arguing. You started walking toward the door. You was leaving. And you got mad enough to turn around and fire 18 shots. Do you know how many shots 18 shots is? You let off 18 shots in a restaurant with other people in the restaurant, workers in the restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Cameras and all that. And you let off 18 shots in the fucking restaurant. Then you go home. You don't do nothing with the gun. You just go home. They come right to your crib. Why? Because you're on camera, my man. You're on camera. They come right to your house. They come right to your house. They probably tracked you from the restaurant all the way to your fucking house because there's a camera on every stoplight. Which way? It's mad witnesses. They probably took all type of pictures of your car, your license plate, what you was wearing, all that. Because you just recklessly went crazy and shot 18 shots inside a restaurant and just go home. You don't get rid of the gun, the evidence, no nothing. You don't even try to cover your tracks. Now you're about to be locked up forever and you're 22 years old. You're 22 years old. 22. Everything for you just went just like that quick. You understand what I'm saying? It just stop. 22 years old, attempted murder. You hit someone in the head. I hope that person's all right. It didn't say anything otherwise, so let's hope for the best with that situation. But again, man, that's just dumb shit, and that's why I made it to the podcast, because that's just dumb. I don't care what I'm arguing about. Now, if this person is not trying to physically harm me or put my life in danger or my family's life in danger or whatever the case, I could walk away. You understand what I'm saying? Me and someone else just having words should never end in 18 shots being fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Like, you just bugged out. You bugged out. And now, look, you're 22 years old. You got to go to jail forever because you shot 18 rounds inside a restaurant with other patrons and you hit someone in the head in the process. An innocent person that was just going to the restaurant to get some food or do whatever they wanted to do, and here you come because you couldn't control your anger, your ego, or whatever happened between you and this other person, which is ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It don't make no sense. We get too many stories. We get too many stories about this. We get too many stories about someone recklessly just doing some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And it don't pan out, man. You're 22 years old. You about to at least do a 30 piece. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna at least do a 30 clip in that joint. For real. You're gonna do a 30 clip. You ain't getting no bond. They not letting you out. 18? Come on, man. Come on. We ain't talking 1 or 2 because that's still bad and unnecessary. Don't do it. I'm not condoning it. None of that. 1 or 2 is ridiculous. 18? Oh man, they gonna throw you under the jail. They gonna throw you under the jail. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous how far they're going to throw you under the jail. But that was the first story. I'm on Instagram. This is the second story. We'll call this one Dumb Shit Part 2. Because that was just some dumb shit Part 1. You know what I'm saying? This is dumb shit Part 2. All right. So I'm watching this video, right? This dude, he comes in to K Jewelers. I'm sure this video is viral. Man walks into K Jewelers. White dude, baseball cap, sunglasses. It looked like he had a face mask on, but it was under his chin. He just walks in, goes up to a jewelry case, pulls out some type of rock or brick or something, and begins to slam the rock on the jewelry case. Right? Like, boom, 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 boom. Jewelry case is cracking, but it's not breaking. I don't know what type of you know what I'm saying, glass they had in that joint, but he was really trying to break it open, right? And then he put the glasses, because I'm assuming if you look at the video, the way he was trying to like keep the glasses on, like that was his disguise. Like, my man, you don't think nobody will figure out who you are with those glasses on? That don't make no sense. You a blind robber? Like, come on, man. Like, that wasn't a disguise. This dude walks in there, starts banging on the damn on the damn jewelry case repeatedly. I mean, he's throwing the rock into the case. Now, either that case is made of fucking the best glass in the world, you got the weakest baseball pitch in the world, or you picked you had a rubber rock. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you must have had a rubber rock or something, because whatever type of rock or brick you had in your hand wasn't doing much, and you was throwing that shit onto the case, and it didn't break. You walked into a jewelry store in broad daylight with a baseball cap and sunglasses, no gloves, a rock, and began to try to rob the jewelry store by breaking the jewelry case and snatching what you can get and running out. Okay, now, this man, after he couldn't break the case, I guess somebody comes out or whatever the case, he runs out the store, right? Tell me why this man runs out the store to his car that's parked directly in front of the store. And you see this from the cameras in the fucking store. He runs right out the store into his car. You pulled up to K Jewelers with the intent to rob them, with no gloves, no mask, and you park your car right in front of the door. What the hell was you thinking, my man? What was you thinking? In broad daylight. Broad daylight. Let me say that again. It was broad daylight. You can see the whole situation. You can see him getting out the car, going in there, trying to rob him, jumping back in his car, peeling off. He's probably sitting in jail right now. They should do follow-ups. This man has to be sitting in jail right now. You're on camera, my man. You're on camera. And that'd be the funny part. Because, again, and I'm not trying to make fun of nobody's situation, because we all got to work. We all got to provide. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing something to that extreme, I don't know what you needed money for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to talk about your reasoning. I'm here to talk about what you did that was dumb. And you walking in the K Jeweler in broad daylight like it's fucking 1910 or whatever the fuck, with sunglasses on as a disguise, trying to break the jewelry case with a little ass rock, and then running back to your car and that was parked in front of the store, all on camera, license plates, everything, color of the car, everything. You're damn near in HD. You damn near in HD. You damn near in 4K. I'm here to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? The why, the what you need the money for, the reasoning is not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the dumbass crime you did. And that was a dumbass crime. And that's what this podcast is about, ladies and gentlemen. You understand what I'm saying? That's what this podcast is about. Dumb crimes and criminals. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to justify nothing that you hear on this podcast. I'm not here to co-sign nothing that you hear on this podcast. I'm not here to down anybody who may be down and out on their luck and feel like, you know what, I got to do this extreme thing to get something to, fund or help me out with something else. I'm not here to do any of that. I'm just here to point out the dumb crimes and the dumb criminals. And ladies and gentlemen, you just heard 2 dumb criminals. Now, again, if you like this podcast, please feel free to share it. Please feel free to tell someone about it. Grab somebody's phone, subscribe to the podcast. I definitely appreciate that. Also, if you like this content, please Send your stories to thedccpodcast at gmail.com. I will talk about them on the I will talk about them on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Again, send me some stories to thedccpodcast at gmail.com. I'll bring them on the platform. It's millions and millions and millions of dumb crimes and criminals out there, man. Let's talk about it. Again, thank y'all for listening. My name is Rick. Follow me on Instagram at Rick_BHR. I'll get with you.